Well, good morning everyone. It is the 2nd of August today, and we are in the brand new Fendt. So this is another 724, which is replacing the 7.6 Massey. Just done under 17 hours on it now. Still got the cardboard, the plastic, covering and everything, and it's still in German. Everything on the screen, so I need to figure out how to change that. But we've got the Kuhn flail topper on. Just going along some of the field edges, cleaning them up for the cultivator and the drill, so there's a nice clean edge, but also getting rid of the weeds on the edge of the field so they don't kind of creep in, and then also doing some of the margins as well while we're at it. So yeah, driving it on the stick, which I've been getting used to yesterday, and yeah, thought I'd film it today. But it's fairly straightforward in the Fendt once you know how to set it up. So this dial here is how far we want it down, and here we've got how high I want to lift it up. So I'll keep it around 72 and then lift it up on the road. How quickly you want it up and down, so we've just got it in the middle. We've got our set speeds, so C1 and C2, which are like the cruise control. So on like a good bit of land, we're doing about 4.5k, where it's a bit thicker, or maybe some of the margins where a bit unsure if there's anything in the way, just keeping more of an eye than reducing the speed. What else we got? We've got our set revs, so on the min and max, which I'll show you, 1500 min, and then yeah, 1970 max, which gets the PTO around 1000 speed. So that's a setup. I'm using it on the go and end, so you'll see in a minute. When I press go, it'll drop down, PTO start, and off we go. Come to the end of the row and press end, it comes back up. So you set that up by highlighting the automatic. So yeah, rear automatic link arms, selected 1000 PTO here, and then if you've got this rear auto PTO, so that's when it drops down, it'll go and turn itself on or off, depending on whether you lift and yeah, lift or put it down. So yeah, we'll give it a go now. So in kind of neutral at the moment, flashing forward and back. So as soon as I put it into forward, there you go. Getting used to the stick, it's not too bad. Probably actually prefer it in field mode. Also got it in 1 gear speed, and got the TMS on as well. But we'll turn you back to that, and yeah, we'll have a go. So put it on min just for a minute. I then just press go, drops it down, go forward, hit max, and then off we go. And it's literally just kind of push the stick. You can see the speed down here, so 2.7k, and then yeah, lift and lower it depending on the sort of job it's doing, really. So down here, PTO shaft speed at the moment 1020, so we're in the right sort of area, and basically just kind of tootle along, really. Like I say, when I'm just kind of cleaning the edge, just keeping an eye on, because you can get stones and things like that, so just bringing the speed down, which allows me to then raise or lower the link arms at the back. But then yeah, just got to keep an eye on anything, big stones, particularly on edge of field, any kind of logs or anything that could jam the topper or kind of break a flail. In terms of kind of maintenance and stuff, it's just looking after the flails and greasing up the PTO, and you can slide it across, but just keeping it in the middle because it's probably kind of best for the PTO. But here's an example of a margin. So what I'll do is I'll cut straight along the edge of the field first time, and then probably come round and back up against the woodland, and then you've kind of got your set cutting area, if you like. And that's it, really. Just going around the field, doing some of the margins. bit of topping really. I think these Kuhn toppers are quite common on almost every farm that I've worked on, which is not a lot, probably three farms or something. They've had these Kuhn toppers, so there must be something about them. I'm just going to put the aircon on. So we've got auto aircon now as well in this one. And we've also got the front linkage on here, whereas on the old Fendt, I say old, it's a 65 plate, it's on a hydraulic. So again, it's just easier to tweak it, slightly higher spec. But literally brand new, and it's lovely, really, really nice tractor. And that's probably too loud and annoying. Yeah, once you've got used to setting it up and driving it, it's a joy. We go a bit quicker. But yeah, particularly on kind of rape fields as well, where I said before, it's actually it wasn't a Bomford, it was a spearhead topper, to just come and chop the rape stubble 3 times around the headland, but it just gives a clean edge for him as well, so he doesn't have to do this. There's a deer. What's that? I need to get better with my wildlife, and I'd say that's not a muntjac, but I could be wrong. Roe deer? Possibly. And a John Deere, well, looks like a 6930 up there with a huge load of rape on the back, bulging out the top. So yeah, like their example of stones, just to try and avoid, gonna lift it up as well, because on the corner of the field, obviously you get this sort of, particularly because it's so dry. And then just pull the stick back to kind of slow yourself down. Press end, topper comes up like that. Hold the button at the back and shift it across, and that's kind of you done. So it's as simple as that. PTO switched itself off. We're still at the revs we've set it up on max, because edge of the field's a little bit awkward, so we'll do it so we can kind of turn around comfortably. So again, just back, and then hold it forwards. And if you hold it completely forwards, you'll see you'll come back into almost like neutral. Stick it on go, press yourself forwards, drops the PTO down and on, and off we go again. So yeah, you want it in float as well on the top link, and just got to be careful on this side, because you got like the gearbox for the PTO, the cover. So generally don't shove that into hedges, so I'll show you in a minute what you can do. But yeah, just press end again. And then here you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. I really don't know how clear this is, but if you flick it up, it's kind of the aggressiveness of how quickly it goes either forwards or back changes, and also the speed. So as soon as you know, if you put it on 4 and push off to go at a set of traffic lights or something, see how quickly it will take you. Topping's quite a kind of, I don't know, it's an enjoyable job, also because when you're combining, it's kind of stop start on the trailers. Topping, you kind of just keep going, and you're on your own, so you stop when you want, for lunch and things like that. But yeah, just coming in earlier or stopping a bit earlier to make sure grease it up and check the flails and things like that, make sure everything's good. Obviously on the new tractor it's going to get a 50-hour service as well. We just want to make sure that nothing's rattled loose that shouldn't have done. Usually this top is actually on the front of the tractor. There we go. So the kind of radiators and filters get quite blocked up. But because this is on the back of tractor this morning, it wasn't too bad, but gave it a little kind of blowout. Right, I'll show you if we drop it down to minimum, so we just reduce the revs for a minute. So there we go, we're in neutral. Got it set on this spool kind of valve here, so you can shift it across. Generally want to run it so the PTO is straight, and minimum time run it on here, but because that's got the cover on, you don't really want to shove that into the hedge anyway. It shifts across more that way, it's designed to, because there's less stuff to go wrong on that end. And if you can see in the mirror, it doesn't poke out too much, but it just gives you that little bit of extra room, so you make sure you're driving on a solid piece of land where obviously there's a ditch down there. Don't want to get your wheels down there. Yeah, that's that really. So button on the back, shift it into forwards. When it's in neutral you have to go hold the button and go forwards or backwards. Put the revs up, press go, down she drops, and yeah, just kind of you just leave it. You can also, with the C1 and C2, what I was saying about at the beginning of the video, you can shift it across to the right and it'll go up to your set speed. So things I've used it for, I won't do it now, but you can do that. Do use it for topping, like when we get into this middle section, but on the outer edge where things are a bit thicker, the weeds, the grass, nettles, etc., and also you want to keep an eye on rocks or anything you might hit. Generally just keep it quite low, so just under 3k now, and then when we get into that section, yeah, and branches aren't a problem and stuff like that, then yeah, you can put it back up, knock it back up. But I mean, useful for things like if you're going rolling, if you've got it set on GPS, which is another kind of whole nother ball game down here, then yeah, it's good to just knock it in when you get back on your row. Knock it to about 8k or whatever they've suggested you do it at. I've usually done it about 8k, 9k. And then just leave it and you're done until the end of the row. So, and as soon as you kind of touch it either forwards or back, it will cut out of that and bring it back. So yeah, you can just tweak it on this. If I think I'm cutting it a bit too low. That's topping really. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different, and I hope to bring you more videos in the future. See you again soon, thanks for watching, bye for now.